Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. Welcome back to Final Fantasy 15. I know the last time I said goodbye to you here in this series was the Assassin's Creed DLC, and I said I probably would see you again, or wouldn't see you again in Final Fantasy 15 until the episode Ignis DLC came out. Well, it's not out yet. This is still only October at the time of this recording. But there is some new content that actually came out with a free DLC that came out with 15 recently that has expanded on the Regalia, allowing you to drive basically a four-wheel drive Regalia, more or less kind of, in my opinion, actually making the Chocobos useless, because the Regalia is now four-wheel drive. So essentially, you can now take it off-road. Beyond it's also flyable. There's a DLC. Well, actually, it wasn't DLC. It was actually already in the game. You could actually get the parts, and I turned it into a flying vehicle. So it's essentially kind of an airship, if you will. But landing, it's a bitch. I've only tried landing it once, and I failed. And when you fail, you die. So I haven't tried to go back since. But you could turn the Gralea into a four-wheel drive Regalia, essentially allowing you to take it off road. But more importantly, and the reason I'm showing you this episode, or bringing this episode, is they added some storyline content as well to Chapter 12. So I'm going to go to the Chapter Select screen here. Go to Chapter 12, End of Days, and I don't know exactly where or when this extra content starts, but I'm curious as to what the storyline content includes. So let's see. We're going to find out together. So here we go. Chapter 12, End of Days. Now, for those of you who saw the main storyline, where we are right now at Chapter 12, as you can see by the background here and by the description, Arden uses a stitch in time to switch appearances with Prompto and tricks Noct into hurting his closest friend. Nevertheless, a king pushes ever onward, accepting the consequences and never looking back. If you remember the main storyline at this point, we had just got on the train, this is right after the events at Altissia, and we're on the train on the Niflheim continent, trying to go to the Niflheim capital. And we were on the train, and Arden tricked Noctis into knocking Prompto off the train. So right now it's only Noctis, Ignis, who is now blind, and Iggy. So let's begin Chapter 12. Here we go. I wonder if it'll let me load like a save from select main game. Okay, good. Phew. Select game main game's content. Some features will carry over from the main game, but quest and hunt progress will be reset. Okay, I'm not that worried about it. I want to pull up my level 100 save, so this one right here. This is the save I used during the Chocomugle festival, which I didn't show you very much of. And also the Assassin's Creed Festival, which you can tell by the icons on the save file here. So I'm going to load this file because it's also my level 100 save. In case I didn't mention it before or recently, they also added another expansion to the game. One of the earliest expansions they added was you can now break the level 99 level limit. You can now go past level 99. And when I say let go past, I know you can go beyond level 100 as well. So I don't know what the new cap is, if there is one, but I know that you can now go beyond level 99. As you can see right here, I'm level 100, and I'm still gaining experience. So let's go ahead and use this one. Use this save file. There we go. The reason I want to use my level 100s is because I'm already that strong. I don't want to have to struggle with the game, which I didn't really struggle too much with it before, but I want to make sure that I'm good and strong and powerful and be able to handle it now. And of course, as always, I'll meet you guys after the load screen, because these take a while. So be right back. Alright, that's the end of that. Now what?
Hey, Noct!
What's up?
You better get in here. Something's not right. Come on,
Be there in
Iggy.
a sec.
Right.
No way.
about it!
Son of a bitch.
And we go with this part.
The hell?
That's some cold wind right there. Gotta push my way forward through the blinding wind, freezing.
Stop! Stop, damn it! Where is he? Where's Pronto?
Oh, there you are. I'm worried about your friends. They've fallen and they can't get up. Why not lend them a hand? A coldness that can only be hers. The face you wore the day you...
Froze! I still love that part. He just freezes Arden in place. It's like, shh, blink. I love that.
Let it now be done, as promised to the Oracle.
Tiana, it's you. You're the Glacian.
The wind finally stopped. I'm sure that's appreciated. Appreciated.
Hopes for the future are manifest in the King of Kings. The Frostbearer's blessing shall be his.
Here's where things are different. 'Cause I remember her saying that line. Yeah, this is new. Yeah, because this is new. I don't remember this at all.
The Six have safeguarded this star since time immemorial. Each of a different mind, but united by this common purpose. The gods' protection extends to all creatures here below, even to the mortals created in their image. They are feeble creatures leading fragile lives and clinging to foolish fancies. The Frostbearer scorns these visions of hope, which melt like snow in the sun's light. Yet the Pyre Burner admires their strength of will. For their reverence, he grants unto them his flame, and the world of man flourishes. His benevolence warms the frozen heart of the Frostbearer. The mortals have earned her respect, he her love and admiration. It is not long, however, before some among those men ascend to new heights of hubris. The people of Solheim spurn the gods who blessed them, the gods they once worshipped.
Solheim?
The ungrateful mortals incur the wrath of the Pyre Burner. He seeks to raise the very civilization his flames once helped build. But the Six are sworn to defend this star and all her inhabitants from harm, and, at times, from one another. The flames of war surge as Solheim fends off the Pyre Burner's fire. The gods' pleas for peace fall on deaf ears, and the battle rages on. When the smoke clears, the world of man is in ruins, their star left scarred for time eternal. Wearied from war, the Six seek solace in slumber. This tale of our shared past is entrusted to the King of Kings, that he may see it to its conclusion.
Okay.
In the days that follow the war, while the Six are still asleep, the Pyre Burner is sought by a man who draws him away from the light. His peril is sensed by the Frostbearer. She rushes to his aid, only to be felled by the foreign hordes. Those masses are now one with the darkness, darkness that before long will swallow the Six and the star they protect. This star's fate no longer rests in the hands of the gods. It sits on the shoulders of the chosen. Deliver this world from darkness and grant my love release.
I promise I will.
The Oracle is no longer of this world, but her thoughts remain, and they must be known.
Okay. So that's kind of Luna's thoughts.
When the boy begins his existence on this star, the girl is met by the High Messenger. It is ordained that she will work with him to return the light. The girl reaffirms that promise. The High Messenger is moved by the girl's determination, her heart warmed by the girl's benevolence. Her faith in mankind is restored once more.
Sister, cease this madness. That boy will never be king.
Noctis is chosen. It is ordained. You of all people should know.
I know that you are throwing your life away.
That may be.
Now this was in the game. I don't remember being here, but
It's my choice. If only... If only I could hear his voice once more. If we could laugh together as we did as children. If we could live out our days together as we once dreamed.
Wherefore does the lady weep?
Forgive me. I vowed to only cry where prying eyes cannot see the tears in mine.
Yet others need not hide their grief.
okay, that part's
Is she
different.
different from them?
No. She is no different at all. She wants exactly what they do. To be with the one she loves. But want though she may, it is not to be.
The lady's thoughts have been hurt. The love she bears the king shall never fade. And, in time, her feelings shall be known unto him.
Gentiana.
And if the words are not spoken from her lips, then the messenger shall see that they are heard. The god's favor and the lady's love shall be with him evermore. Thus it is promised between the oracle and her familiar.
I am undeserving of your kindness. Thank you.
Gentiana cried too. That was new.
And so the promise is fulfilled. As her words go with him, so shall my blessing.
There's where she gives him the trident. Okay, so there's the new stuff. Okay, it's pretty cool.
O King of Kings, restore the light unto this world.
Farewell, dear Noctis.
Luna. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. Not even when you needed me most. There was so much you wanted to say. So much I wanted to say. And now, I'll never have the chance. I'm so sorry.
Okay, now this is new too. I don't recall this scene either.
I won't let you down.
I know you won't.
Luna. You and I will be together again someday. I promise.
Okay, so I'll keep going to this and see if there's more in just a minute. But I want to kind of go to a lot happened at once, and I want to kind of try to remember it all, or try to kind of review it in my head. So originally, the six actually worked together, but then went to war. I forgot exactly why. Originally, the Infernium, which is she called it the Pyre Master, something like that. Ifrit. We all know who it is. It's Ifrit. Warmed the hearts of the humans, or the people of the world, and earned their trust, as well as earning the love of Shiva. So Shiva fell in love with Ifrit, whatever. I'm calling it Ifrit. That's how I've always called it. And then it said, like in the second part, or second or third part, that Ifrit was drawn away from the light by the one of the shadow, which we know who we're talking about there. It's obviously Arden, because we've seen the main story. Arden summons Ifrit. he's the boss you have to fight before you fight Arden himself. So at one time, Ifrit and Shiva and all the six actually worked together. Ifrit and Shiva were actually a couple, and Arden pulled Ifrit away. Okay, so that's interesting. And then the additional storyline there of Luna and I like that really. That my only let me back up a little bit here. My only complaint about that part of the DLC is it was all in just drawings and photos. I kind of would have liked a little more. Less of like looking at a novel or a picture novel. I'd rather like to have seen more. What's the words I'm looking for? It's more like I was reading a book with illustrations than actually having them actually in the game moving around and stuff. If you kind of understand what I'm saying. I know I'm not describing it very well, but if you understand what I'm saying, thank you. We should have been more like what we saw with Gentiana and Luna Freya there at the end. Where they actually were animations and they were talking to each other and stuff. I would have liked to have seen that instead of just flipping through the pages of the book, which I think the reason they did that is you saw the very first thing that showed up was the cover of the Cosmonology book, I think is what it was, which was the book that Noctis was reading and told us about the Six and all, and the Astrals and all that stuff. So I guess it sort of makes sense. They kind of made it look like you were reading the book along as Shiva was describing it to you. So I guess I can kind of back up on my saying I don't like that. I guess I do like that presentation a little more than I thought I did after I thought about it. So I apologize for that. But anyway, I really did like how you had more conversations. You saw Shiva for longer. Shiva actually spoke to Noctis for more than just a few words before handing the trident. And you found out that Ifrit wasn't bad from the beginning. He was actually only bad because Arden took him away from the light. So and you heard Shiva there at the end say, "Release my love," referring to Ifrit. So referring to Ifrit. So that was really cool. And I like how it really brings out a more emotional story of Noctis and Luna Freya with the whole Luna Freya talking to Ravens. We saw that scene before, and then when Luna Freya was crying, Gentiana speaking to her and saying, and Luna Freya telling her how much she wanted to be with Noctis again, and Gentiana promising that Noctis will hear the words that Luna Freya spoke. So I thought that was really, really cool. We already knew they loved each other, but I guess, because they had the book going back and forth and stuff. But I guess, and it would make sense because I would prefer it that way as well. Just writing it down in a book and passing back and forth is a little more adolescent, whereas actually hearing the words, even if it is from a messenger like Gentiana or Shiva, hearing her say that Luna Freya loves Noctis that way really just adds to the really makes the love seem a lot more, a lot better. I can't really I can't really find the words I'm looking for some reason. It just made it seem a lot more true. The love seemed more true between them. Their bond together, even though they never actually got to be with each other, they were as close as they could be, and the love was there between the two of them. They really expressed that more with what we just saw there, which I thought was really, really, really good. I'll admit, I almost got a little teary-eyed again, because, seeing Luna Freya die and all this stuff, but I already, I knew it was going to happen, so I was kind of ready for it, so I didn't get all emotional on screen again, so I'm good there. I'm going to go ahead and keep going here and see if there's anything after this. Probably not. It's probably just going to be that one part there, because all the DLC was supposed to have been was just a little more backstory on the Six, on the Astrals. So, probably not going to be any more here. I'm going to go ahead and skip on ahead. If there's not any more to it, if we continue on from here and the game just resumes to where we saw before in the story, then I'll just end it here. If there's more to see, then I'll show it to you after I say goodbye. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye here. And if there is any more, you'll see. I'll show it to you right here real quick. If not, thanks so much for watching. Check out the links at the end of this video for more of my stuff. There'll be a link to the entire playlist to Final Fantasy 15 if you want to go back and see this chapter. From its original version without the extra DLC stuff. You can check that out. Check out all the other DLCs that I've done so far. Episode Prompto, episode Gladio. Again, I did it backwards. Just Gladio first, and then Prompto. I did a little bit. I didn't actually show too much of the Chocomugle festival, but I showed a few things. I showed the Assassin's Creed DLC. So check all that out if you want. It'll be the playlist link and at the end of this video. So again, check out the links to the video for more of my stuff, and thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and unless there's more to see, I'll see you later.